Hello friends, it's Brandy with Shimmerz Paints, and I am so grateful that you are joining me today for another process video. Today I am working with the Shimmerz Paints February kit. Now the photos that I'm using are of my granddaughter's 5th birthday party that we had last year. Her birthday is in February, and it wasn't a Valentine's themed party, but these papers in this kit felt so perfect to document this. So I've pulled out a couple of my favorite pieces, and I wanted to do a play on a grid design, and I also felt like doing a little bit of paper folding. So I've cut these strips of paper into, I think, okay, I did 4 inches by 12, and then I cut them in half. And now I've also just taken some scrap white cardstock and pulled out my old red tape. Clearly you can see there that it's been sitting in my stash for a little while, but it's still extremely sticky, and I figured that it was going to be a really good way to make sure that I get the folded paper as square as possible. So I cut the scraps 4 by 4 and glued all 4 of them down. Now I'm going to attach them together, and I know I'm just using masking tape. I know it's not acid free, and I'm okay with that. It's not touching a photo, it's being hidden. One of these days it may fall off, but I do glue use regular wet glue on it also. So I've never had any fall apart, so I'm just gonna keep using it. And so here I'm gonna put some regular glue on it just to give it a little bit of extra stick, I guess. And so I've placed it there in the center. So there's my play on a grid. I'm not going to place any embellishments or do my pictures in a typical grid style either. I'm using that center there kind of just as I would if I had cut out an 8 by 8 piece of paper. So now I've pulled out some embellishments that I really like and I thought worked just fine for the birthday party theme. And we play games, so the dice worked nice, and of course there's always candy involved, sweets and treats at a birthday, so that worked well too. And I really wanted to use this bow, but it doesn't make it on the layout. I keep this one fairly minimal, I guess, with my embellishments. I don't feel like it needs a whole lot more, and I'm going to come in here in just a moment and you'll see me add my mixed media to it. I really can't believe that it took me so long to scrap these photos, because her faces as she was opening up her birthday presents, that one in the bottom right hand corner, she opened up a set of markers and she was so stinking excited about it. She is a very animated, silly little girl, but I think it's absolutely precious. Okay, I'm pulling out some word stickers here. I love these stickers in the kit this month. Those are so cute. They say real life, so special and adore. I mean, those pretty much work for anything. It doesn't have to be Valentine's Day. And my title I just pulled from my stash. It's an old American Crafts sticker piece. I'm not sure what the actual name of it is, but I'm sure you've all seen it before. But HOORAY is, that works wonderfully for these photos because she's so excited in all of them. I did have to pull out a little bit of some, so I have a lot of old adhesive things too that I need to use up, and those were just some foam squares that I, for whatever reason, never reached for and used. I keep buying new ones and not using those. The sticky doesn't work on them anymore, but it doesn't matter. Glue works fine, and they still have their dimensional properties to them, so may as well just try to get those used up also. And here I go with the mixed media, and honestly, this is all I'm going to do. I'm going to go around the edge of the layout, just add a little bit of a shadow layer behind it. And I wanted to do this after I got my grid pieces down, because it just felt like it would be easier to get, because sometimes the paper does warp when you get it really wet. And I thought maybe if I got the grid down first, that would eliminate some of that warping, plus I wouldn't use as much paint. Now it does still end up warping a little bit, but I don't care. Once it gets in my album and all of the pages get closed, it ends up flattening itself back out. So it doesn't bother me at all. As a matter of fact, I kind of like it. I have this recently discovered, I have this strange obsession with paper that has been wet and then dried. And it has this almost crunchy effect to it. I've decided I'm not normal. Okay, so this is it. I really appreciate you guys sticking around with me for this one. I hope you enjoyed this very short and simple process video that anybody can replicate. Don't forget to check out Shimmerz Paints, and I hope you all have a lovely crafty day. Thank you. Bye-bye.